Hi, my name is Sarah, and I'm a pre-sales engineer at RSM. In this video, I'm going to be covering how nonprofits can manage revenue transactions like donations, and how also the RSM rapid verification model for nonprofits specifically can be used to automate the release from restriction process. We're going to start off very simply by just showcasing a journal entry here, as a journal entry can be used for capturing revenue transactions from external systems. You can create journal entries through the user interface manually or through CSV import, and the CSV import is recommended for any bulk transactions that you need to create in NetSuite. There's also a native donation record that can be used for capturing donations, and they include typical information like the customer constituent that the donation came from, and then some standard contact information from them as well. And then at the line level here, you can categorize these donations. For instance, like this one is direct contribution individual. You could also have direct contribution corporate, for instance. And then all of these segments that you see throughout NetSuite are available here at the line level as well. So you can assign this as restrictions, departments, grants, locations, functional expense, any of those segments. I want to draw your attention to the fact that this donation record has been tagged as having donor restrictions, as the next thing I want to show you is the process for releasing revenue from restrictions. It's important to note that the demo account I am using today is the RSM Nonprofit RVM, or Rapid Verification Model environment. And this includes some aspects that RSM has built specific to the nonprofit industry that we see nonprofits typically needing in a NetSuite system. So this next piece I'm going to show you is the release from restriction dashboard, and that comes as part of the nonprofit RVM. What this page does is it aggregates in real time the total income associated with the grant or fund, the revenue that has already been released, and total expenses associated with the grant. Then this will suggest how much revenue should be released, and users can check off the checkboxes for funds they want to process, and then click Process. So for our earlier example, we had that $10,000 restricted revenue donation, and we can see that listed here in the total funding column and the revenue available to release column. Now NetSuite has already aggregated the associated expenses as well and is suggesting to release $5,000 of revenue at this time. If we go and visit the grant record that's associated with that line, we can see that bill for $5,000 that NetSuite is now pulling into the release from restriction dashboard. Now I'll go back and select this line to process the selection and release that revenue. And then this will create a release from restriction transaction. Here is that release from restriction transaction that was generated from our processing. And you can see this as an example of what that transaction looks like. And that's the end of this demonstration. We covered revenue transactions from journal entries and direct transactions like donation records. And then we reviewed the release from restriction process using the RSM Nonprofit RVM. Thank you for watching.